Hello everyone, and thank you for this opportunity to provide an update to the Early Childhood Advisory Council regarding the Preschool Development Grant. My name is Andrea Camilleri. I am a Strategic Initiatives Advisor on the PDG team. Today I will be sharing with you a reminder of a high-level overview of the work of the Preschool Development Grant, followed by some updates on our needs assessment and strategic planning processes, and we'll conclude with a few brief ways that you can help. The Preschool Development Grant is a one-year planning grant in the amount of $10 million funded by the federal government. Its purpose is, again, to focus on planning, and we will also be applying for and pursuing a 2-year implementation grant to be awarded for 2021 through 22. Ultimately, our goal is by 2023 that all Wisconsin families will have access to high quality, affordable, local early care and education opportunities. The Preschool Development Grant framework for transforming early care and education relies on many of the same objectives as the Division of Early Care and Education at DCF. Our common goals and objectives will be structured around this framework. The end outcome is that equitable and inclusive opportunities for all Wisconsin children will be available. All children and youth will know that they are safe and loved members of thriving families and communities. In order to pursue this objective, we must make progress and meaningful improvements with regard to accessibility, affordability, quality, and the workforce of early care and education. The steps of our Preschool Development Grant include the following. In Step 1, early in 2020, we worked on establishing a shared mission, vision, and goals, which I just shared with you. In Step 2, we began to pursue our needs assessment and data collection. Of course, this was just getting underway when the impact of COVID-19 took over all of our lives. We had planned to pursue a series of in-person listening sessions traveling throughout the state of Wisconsin to hear input from a wide range of stakeholders. We were only able to host a few of these sessions in February before we had to cancel and move our entire plan to be a virtual plan for gathering information from the field. However, we took advantage of this time period when everyone's working from home to do a full scan of existing data that was available prior to the impact of COVID-19. So you will find that that information is all available in our needs assessment. And we are now moving through steps 3 and 4, where we are reviewing the results of these needs assessment efforts and working to use them to inform our strategic plan. Finally, in step 5, we will move into implementation, where we will put that strategic plan into action and monitor our progress over time. Next, I'd like to share with you an update on our needs assessment. So I already mentioned some of the challenges that we have faced in this first year of the planning grant. However, we are very pleased to share with you the following list of accomplishments and the different components that will be released as part of our Wisconsin needs assessment. First of all, as I mentioned, we did a full scan of data of indicators that impact early care and education prior to the impact of COVID-19. Also, within our needs assessment, we offer a link to the Child Care Counts Emergency Payment Program data. Of course, that data was collected as part of the CARES Act effort, but it is useful information to help shed light on the full impact of the pandemic on our field and to help people understand what is now needed to move forward. We will be releasing the findings of our listening sessions very soon. You can watch for the full report on our website. In addition, we have done some updated work on childcare desert mapping in the state of Wisconsin. So some of that work has existed in the past, and we've done a comprehensive update to that work to be released in our needs assessment. And then finally, we have partnered with our friends over at the University of Wisconsin who have done some research via informed interviews of different subpopulations within the state. So this includes rural white people, Black people, Hmong, Latinx populations, as well as tribal citizens. So all of these different components will together formulate the PDG needs assessment. And that needs assessment will be released in a couple of different main formats. First of all, the PDG sandbox, which allows people to access our raw data and manipulate and explore it themselves. And second, we will have a final needs assessment summary report, which distills all of the key findings that we see as really critical and synthesizing this data, because I know that it's actually a lot of data to explore. So the first format for our needs assessment that I alluded to is something that we lovingly refer to as our PDG sandbox, and we invite you to come play in the sandbox with us. This section of our website currently includes interactive county and regional data on health, employment, education, and poverty. It also has a dashboard of interactive county level data according to the indicators and the different segments of the PDG framework that I referred to previously, including access, affordability, quality, and workforce. It also includes regional snapshots of the early care and education landscape. And finally, a set of toolkit PowerPoint slides for the public to use in the event that they wish to share aspects of this data with other audiences. Within the PDG sandbox, we invite others to look to this data to find answers to their questions, to consider the different trends that are emerging in our field, and to encounter new information and use it to pursue their own proposals, their own collaboration, their own innovative ideas to grow and expand the offerings that are available in the field. So again, all of this work is available on the Preschool Development Grant web pages under the heading of PDG Sandbox. Here's an example of the different dashboards that you will see in the PDG Sandbox. I'll just show you a couple of them, and there are several more that you are welcome to go around and explore. This is just for one county in a particular region of Wisconsin. When you select different regions, counties, or racial ethnic groups, the data repopulates to give you details that can help you further explore your own queries and wonderings about early care and education in Wisconsin. So again, we invite you to come to our website, dig in to the PDG sandbox, and just as children can learn best through play, adults need to dig, explore, and try out different tools as well. Next, I'll share a bit about our strategic planning process. Here on your screen, you see a flow chart of the various milestones ahead in our strategic planning process. The first one occurred just a week ago, August 27th. Our statewide leadership team came together to analyze the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that they saw emerging in the different data analyses that I talked about previously. So this SWOT analysis will help to guide our strategic planning and help us set meaningful goals and objectives. So that is our task for the month of September. The Preschool Development Grant team is working to create a statewide strategic plan draft based on the needs assessment findings. Throughout the later parts of September and into October, we will gather input from a wide range of stakeholders on those initial drafts of our strategic plan, including the major public release of our draft, October 7th through 21st. I hope that you will save the date on your calendar for October 7th, when we will host a public virtual meeting to kick off the draft release, give people a bit of an overview of what to expect with it, and invite people to complete a survey on our website to give us their input on the strategic plan. Once we have completed our analysis of all of the input and incorporated feedback from a wide range of stakeholders across the state, in November, we will be working with DCF and the Division of Early Care and Education Leadership to achieve and receive their final approval of the strategic plan. That will then be incorporated, of course, into our second round funding application for 2021 through 22. And one other very important milestone this fall, shown in blue here on your screen, is that our regional work groups around the state will have the opportunity to build regional action plans that are aligned to the strategic plan, and they can then submit proposals for our preschool development grant innovation proposal collection process. So we look forward to having the opportunity to fund some more exciting and innovative projects in the future as we pursue these major goals. Wisconsin is divided up into 5 regions for the purpose of these different processes. As we move forward with strategic planning, we will have both statewide goals and objectives as well as regional customization and application of those goals. So this slide emphasizes how we can, again, bring back that preschool development grant framework that is all anchored in the concepts of equity and inclusion. So you will see goals and objectives around how we will reach for equity and inclusion across our state. In order to do so, we will be zoning in on these areas of accessibility, affordability, quality, and workforce. And once those goals and objectives are in place, once again, the 5 different regions have the opportunity to come up with their own proposals and action plans for how they will pursue those goals and objectives and align their work with the rest of the statewide work to make sure that we can make meaningful progress towards our overarching strategic plan. Before I conclude this update, I just want to give a brief mention of some exciting mass media campaign work that we are doing. You had the opportunity at the end of our meeting to hear a little bit about our mass media campaigns. And again, I'll just reiterate that we have 2 major goals: to elevate the field of early care and education in the state of Wisconsin, and to inform the public about the significance of quality early care and education for children, families, and communities. So we will be reaching out in a wide variety of formats in hopefully really exciting and energetic ways to reach people via our website, online advertising, social media, and we also are about to disseminate a lot of yard signs and stickers that hang on people's windows. And then later this year, after the fall election, you'll start to see billboards and video and other exciting formats emerge for these different campaigns. So in order to get started, we have already launched our Celebrate Early Care and Education campaign. So if you search for Celebrate ECE on the DCF website, you'll come to a page that looks like this on your screen. And here you have the opportunity to fill out and send a thank you note to someone who hasn't had an impact in your community or in your life, and thank them for the amazing work and essential work that they do. You also see here the yard signs that will be disseminated statewide within the next few weeks. And I hope that you will keep in touch with us, keep an eye out for these materials, and be sure to promote them as you go about your daily work. Speaking of that, here are just a few ways that you can help. We are sending along with this update a business leader flyer. This is something that you can take with you and really promote to different community advocates and those who are looking for ways to get involved and think about how they can support early care and education in our state. Ideally, we really need to invite business leaders and employers to come to the table and help ensure that our families can be successful and remain in the workforce while their children are safe and cared for, learning and developing in quality care programs. So this flyer is a first step to help get the word out about that. Again, just a reminder to mark your calendars for October 7th at 10:30 in the morning. We will have a strategic plan public comment kickoff meeting for all stakeholders, so spread the word. And then October 7th through 21st, we hope you will come to our website and complete the survey to give input on our strategic plan draft that will be released. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this update. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out. You can look for the Preschool Development Grant on the DCF website or email me, Andrea Camilleri. Thank you so much for your time.